Due to popular demand, I'm gonna do another video on what women loves on men. 20 fragrances that women loves on men, and this is not me that said it, it's other women. So yes.
Brace yourself.
This is Clémence, I talk about fragrance, welcome back. Just to let you know, but I think it's kind of logical, a fragrance is not gonna get you a date, neither a one-night stand, neither a girlfriend. Alright? It's an accessory, maybe it helps, but that's it guys, that's it, and the rest is you. Anyway, I did basically like a survey, the top 20 fragrances that was the most talked about in the response and the comments, and thank you already if you participate to those little survey. I'm very grateful for this, thank you so much. And if you want to participate to the next one, you can follow me on Instagram, of course. I want to introduce the fact that we have a broadcast channel now on Instagram, just here. I post my favorite hair mist, or you know, sometimes I post what I'm doing, what I'm smelling during the day. Basically a little bit of a more natural content. So if you want to follow that, you have this as well. For this video, obviously I'm not gonna do full reviews on the fragrances I'm gonna talk about, because there's a lot and it's supposed to be like a little bit of a, you know, an informative video, but that's it, you know. The top 20 of this video that women loves on men, Bleu de Chanel.
No, really?
Where is my Bleu de Chanel? That's the thing, I forgot to reunite all the fragrances, so now I'm gonna look for perfume. Sorry. But yeah, Bleu de Chanel, that's a classic. It's an amber fragrance. You put a little bit of grapefruit at the beginning. So it's a perfect balance between something fresh and something also a bit sexy and warm and ambery. Just very versatile. It's a bit like a dump rich in your collection. Something you don't really think about, but you know it works, you know it's nice. Fragrance that I would always advise on a first date. For example, if you don't know the girl, do not go for extravagance. Choose something simple, because you never know what are the tastes of the ladies, and don't spray too much. This is not a good time to overspray. Anyway, that was my advice of the day. Some people call this the category of bleu kind of fragrance. Classic shower gel masculine fragrance. If you go to the deodorant men range, or the shower gel or the shampoo, you have this note, you know what I'm talking about. Well, this is kind of like blue fragrances, really, like this typical masculine. Number 19, CK Everyone. I was really surprised to see that. I would probably have picked more CK1, clean citrus fragrance, but CK Everyone made the list. Literally, it's like an aquatic citrus. Well, no, it's a citrus aromatic with an aquatic facet. Orange oil, ginger, so it's beautiful and very delicate, musk, clean. Please, could you open the door? Sorry. Thank you. What is this? Ah, juice box. There's one of you guys that said, Clémence, you should try Cheeky Smile. The brand, I've seen that comment and send me the perfume. It's the first time that ever happened to me. Sorry. CK Everyone. Simple and always smell like a warm Earl Grey tea on my boyfriend. Number 18 is Frederic Malle Musc Ravageur. That's a huge classic, especially if you talk about very sexy, animalic, dirty a bit fragrances. You want to smell Musc Ravageur. It's my favorite of Frederic Malle. I remember it's one of the first niche I bought with my little money, you know, and it was very expensive, at least like for me at the time, and I was like, oh my god, like but I never regretted it. It's a fragrance that I wore in nightclubs. Warm, vanilla, dirty spices like cinnamon. Some people can't really deal with a bit of the animalic touch to it, so it feels very primitive, very raw basically. This is really sexy. It's a killer and it's super, super strong. Love it. Number 17 is YSL MYSLF. I cannot believe this is on top of Musc Ravageur, to be fair. One of the newest of YSL in the men's range. Citrus, orange blossom, kind of fragrance. So it's very pretty. I would say that's not something you want to hear on a men's fragrance, do you? It's pretty. It's nice, you know, like for daytime. I think it's very versatile. Nothing groundbreaking. What I see since I'm doing those lists is that a lot of women actually like just the guy to smell just clean and fresh. And that's sexy, you know, for a lot of women. Not for me, but for a lot of men. Anyway, so number 16, Dior Homme Intense. I'm also really surprised, but because usually when I ask you, Dior Homme Intense is number 1 all the time. It's an iconic iris flower. Feels like powdery, very cuddly. It has these wings that is very warm and round and enveloping. It's beautiful. You have some woody accord. It's pretty simple apart from the iris scent. This is one of my most recommended men's fragrance, even though it's very classic and, you know, like a lot of people been wearing it, so it's not very original anymore. I always am happy to smell it on someone. Addictive. I want to go closer to the skin. Really good choice, guys. Number 15 is Réserve Privée Givenchy. Little bit like Dior Homme Intense, same vibe, but you put some whiskey accord and a bit more tongue cabin as well. So it feels like a little bit more vanilla roasted in the dry down. Nothing sweet, don't worry. The first time I smelled this, I was like, I need it just for myself. My boyfriend nearly emptied the fragrance, so we will have to buy another one, I think. But this is a killer. It's one of my favorite release on the men's section. You have to try this. That whiskey boozy note is really rare actually in designer fragrance, so please try it. It's so good. So is Oud for Greatness by Initio. I have the impression to be 5 years ago when I started my YouTube channel, Oud for Greatness was the most popular fragrance everywhere. For men, for women, everybody loved it. It's not really an animalic oud to my nose. It has something very dirty, of course, very woody, but for me it's more medicinal and very sweet. It has really like a high saffron sweetness to the fragrance. It's very harsh, it's very powerful. You can't imagine from how far you can smell Labo. Number 13 is Le Labo Santal 33. Does that make me a basic bitch? But I love it. Which I replied to her, you will never be a basic bitch, never. No, but it's true that this fragrance has been overdone, over-talked about. It has a little bit of a lab type of feeling because you can smell like light synthetic notes in that fragrance, but mainly like it's a sandalwood soft accord. So it's very pleasant, nice for every day, super versatile. It doesn't give you any gender to me. It doesn't give you any, I don't feel any emotion when I smell Santal 33. For me, it's just like, it's okay, it's there, but I won't spend my money on just a light sandalwood fragrance. But that's my opinion. So many celebrities have chosen that fragrance. It's been very popular. Of course, I would enjoy to smell it on someone else. I would really enjoy. If you're wearing that instead of Sauvage, of course, that's great, you know. Number 12 is Jovoy Incident Diplomatique. A earthy, dry, I would say vetiver fragrance. You put some patchouli in there and it basically gives a lot of density and profoundness to the scent. It's very mysterious to me, but it's like nearly like you took like a timeless gentleman fragrance and made it extremely a bit more psychedelic actually. I would always recommend you the Jovoy fragrance collection if you want your nose to be mind blown. The fragrances are usually very deep with a huge creativity in the fragrance. I really love them. Incident Diplomatique, that's not my favorite, but I have to say on a man, yes, that's very classy, but also very intriguing, you know, that edgy style, really nice. Number 11 is Straight to Heaven by KIlian. Yes, thank you. Thank you for the woman that voted for this. I feel less alone. This is one of my favorite fragrances ever and forever will be on a guy. Super, super earthy. Sometimes I feel like it smells nearly like wet soil, boozy notes. So it's, for me, I see a guy with a turtleneck smoking a cigar, a glass of whiskey and sipping it, and it's very sexy. He doesn't speak too much, you know, like
Honestly, it's the honest ones you want to watch out.
As you can see, I know how to do this. dry, woody notes on men. It's very charismatic, you know. You need an occasion to wear this, first of all. You also need the attitude to go with it. It's confidence, guy, confidence. Number 10, we arrive in the top 10 and we start by Green Irish Tweed by Creed. So I've seen a lot of you commenting with Creed fragrances. Actually, there's always a lot of Creed fragrances when I ask you your opinion on stuff. Royal Oud, I saw a bit of Aventus, Millésime Impérial, yeah, Royal Oud, blah blah blah. Bref. Green Irish Tweed is actually like a very gentleman fragrance. Compare, for example, to the Vetiver I've talked to you about before. This one is like more like a cologne. It feels much fresher and it feels a bit more timeless and more vintage. The Vetiver, Guerlain, whatever, Habit Rouge, those type of fragrances, you know, like for men, the old generation, Pour Monsieur, from Chanel, those kind of things, you know. Green Irish Tweed is like this, but more modernized because it feels a bit more fresher, to my nose at least. So that proves again that gentleman fragrances are not dead, especially vintage ones. Number 9 is Tuxedo by YSL. It's a patchouli and amber fragrance, really. So it's very dense, but I would say, for example, compared to Straight to Heaven, Incident of Diplomatique, for me, it's very lighter to my nose. I think it's because of the light spices you have, like coriander. It's mainly violet leaves that you can smell, so it feels kind of this black suit tie kind of fragrance, easy, but I feel for me it's kind of like office-like, you know, quite modern, with, you know, the office apparel, you know, this compared to the rest, this is more mass appealing. So I feel you take less risk than if you take Straight to Heaven, Incident Diplomatique, or those things, you know. Number 8 is Layton by PDM, Parfum de Malle, right? I only have this because I'm not gonna buy that, but anyway. This is a nice fragrance. I would say it's a fragrance I recommended before for a first date, because if you don't know what the lady like and stuff like this, I think Layton is always gonna work. It's a beautiful fragrance. It feels very ambery, a little bit resinous when you open it, which is nice. Parfum de Malle, they always have a dry down that is very powdery, which is great because it leaves a great sillage. And I think for me, this is why this brand and also Initio got really a lot of attention, because of this trail that is very long lasting. Basically, like you walk in a room, everybody can smell you. You know, that's the vibe. You know, you want to leave that trail. It's not normal, especially if you buy a fragrance for seduction purposes. You take the classic shower gel smell generic of a man, and you've put like more ambers, more richness, more depth to it, and a little bit more of a powdery dry down, and you've got this fragrance. Like even on me right now, like it's really appealing. It's just like for me, it's like a bit like of a must-have, more generic. Like I like it, but it's not, you know. Number 7 is 19 Degree Tumi. Listen, you have to help me on that. I wrote the note because I have no clue what this is. I never heard about this fragrance. I actually Googled it, and then I seen the bottle. I was like, what is this? It made me think of Drakkar Noir. So bergamot, raspberry, swede and musk. So swede is a light leathery accord. Looking at the composition here, I instantly think of Tuscan leather from Tom Ford. It has this red fruit accord, and then it's like this heavy and powerful leather. It's probably like a bit lighter because it's swede. But yeah, let me know if you know that, because apparently a lot of women likes it. Never heard about it. Should I buy it? Tell me. 6 is another leather, and it's Ombre Leather by Tom Ford. Okay, if you've been in this channel for a while, you know Tom Ford. I gave up with them. I had enough with Tom Ford and the crazy price point. But especially, it's always when I'm talking about the exclusive range that I'm saying now. But I still like a lot, and I will still recommend some of their classic line, which I think are much more affordable and actually really good and really timeless. Ombre Leather is one of them. Like rock and roll, sexy, but still something that you could rock during every day during winter. Leather jacket, a bit more rock and roll, a bit more dark. So, you know, it's not something I would see always with like a suit or with a classy outfit. I would just see like a white t-shirt and a pair of jeans. I think it's really cool. Number 5 is La Nuit de l'Homme Eau de Toilette. I don't know why it's there. I'm a bit surprised. I like La Nuit de l'Homme, but I like a specific one, like Bleu Électrique. love that. I like the collection. It's pleasant, but you know, what else to say? Number 4, Jazz Club by Maison Margiela. Maybe because I'm asking my community, I'm influencing the stuff as well. Because I talk about this fragrance quite a lot, but anyway, Jazz Club, Maison Margiela. Oh my god, please, yes, always and forever. Not too resinous amber, it's very smooth. I like to wear this around Christmas time because I find the fragrance very enveloping, very warm, but it gives me a little bit of that Christmassy vibe, I don't know why. You have a little bit of boozy note, but for me, it's a very smooth one. It's not like the harsh alcohol, you know, like, it's not even super woody at all. No, it feels like really round, nutty vanilla a bit. For me, it's more sensual, it's more cozy. A lot of people have praised this fragrance and also comments of people being like, I'm disappointed by Jazz Club, I was expecting more. Guys, it's very simple. But for me, it would always work. You know, even when I spray it like this, I find it so addictive. Romantic cuddles with that. Is Grand Soir by MFK, Maison Francis Kurkdjian. That's another ambery fragrance, and this is just to show you how much, like, I think overall we think that resinous amber gives a mysterious, sexy look to a fragrance. You know, a basic ambery fragrance, but compared to Jazz Club, it does have, for me, a little bit of a woodier note. It's very dark when you smell it, but there's something a bit uplifting, fresh. It's perfection. For me, it's one of the most perfected amber fragrance, especially on men. I love to smell it on a dinner date. I think it's very appropriate because the sillage is not beast, so it's still very elegant, sexy but elegant. So for me, that would always be a good choice. Guys, this is one of the most perfect amber on the market. Simple, but it's gonna be timeless. The number 2 that you chose that woman loves on men is Naxos by Xerjoff. I mean, how can you not love that? I'm not a fan usually of Xerjoff. I think sometimes they're a bit overrated and too much to me. Bling bling, they feel a bit bling bling, Xerjoff to me. For some reason, I don't find them always like very elegant, but Naxos, guys. Lavender, so a bit of that old-fashioned, I would say, gentleman style. The lavender gives freshness, but then it's totally cooling up with some tobacco and some warmth, amber, vanilla, you know, those little bit of resin, but you have this tobacco that is a little bit sweet as well. It gives a bit of balance to the heavy freshness of the lavender. So it's nearly like you took a barbershop fragrance and you made it mesmerizing, you made it very modern with some warmth accord. It's perfect. It's a clash between the two. It's genius. If you can smell it kilometers away, but it will still be sophisticated and classic. I absolutely love that. Approved. And the top one, and here I'm the happiest person in the planet. So many of you have voted for Terre d'Hermès being the sexiest fragrance, the fragrances that women loves the most still in 2024, and it's been launched ages ago by the master creator Jean-Claude Delela, that I love. Very famous for his amazing citrus, the peak of his creation with Colin Bigarade. Amazing citrus as well. But anyway, bitter orange, so not a soft orange, blah blah, no, bitter orange, and then vetiver, earthy note, but not too smoky, huh? Just an earthy note here. And then you get like some black pepper fizzy note. Actually, it's the contrary. The black pepper is at the top, but it gives like a bit of effervescent style and a kick to the orange and the vetiver. It is perfection. It's simply my favorite fragrance of all time on men, on women. I love that fragrance. That's it, you know. I was thinking last time, like somebody asked me, what's your favorite fragrance of all time? Why should I say this, you know? That's true. My mom was wearing that. My dad was wearing that. My ex-boyfriend was wearing that. Actually, 2 of them. And my new one, yeah. But I love that fragrance. So many of my friends are also wearing that fragrance. This is ridiculous, you know, I'm obsessed. I wouldn't qualify it as sexy. it feels casual chic. You know, you wear just a t-shirt, you go out, that's it. You wear that to go to the office, perfect. You wear that to go on a date, perfect. You wear that to go for the picnic, perfect. You wear that to go tennis, to go, I don't know, playing football. I don't know what you do, you know. But it works for every occasion, and for some reason, it gives you that level of chic, but casual, spontaneous. Some people qualify, for example, like French perfumery as being sophisticated. That's not it for me. For me, French style, especially if you live in France, you know, it's more like very spontaneous. You don't even try too much, but there you go. And I believe you guys were talking about the EDT because I didn't find any Parfum, I didn't find any Eau Givrée, I didn't find any Intense Vetiver. I honestly think for me the Eau de Toilette is the best of all time. I love the other ones, but the Eau de Toilette, perfection. I hope you enjoyed this video. What do you think about the list? Would you have put the same fragrance? If you're a woman, let us know, that is important. If you're a guy, do you agree with this choice? Do you have some fragrances in your collection as well? Let me know, I want to know. And if you watch this video until the end, you can write the word... Oh, actually, let's do a French word. The word homme. That's H-O-M-M-E, that means man. Something that you can see everywhere in perfumery, hein? You know for sure that name. Voila, you write that in the comment and I will know you watch until the end. Right, and I will see you very soon. Bye now.
Viens, je t'emmène dans mon paradis bleu.